Welcome back! Have you ever wanted to change your pickups, but you didn't want to pay anyone to do it?
Today, we are going to sit down and Seth is going to show us how to do it yourself, so sit back, let's get started.
Okay, so this is the guitar that we are going to be performing the pickup installation on. It is an Ibanez Xiphos iron label. Here's some of the tools that you're going to need. A complete list is in the description. Okay, so we're going to start by taking off the volume knob because we're going to be changing this potentiometer for this pickup install. Okay, so now I'm going to take a rag and I'm going to stick it behind the bridge because we're going to take the strings off next, and I don't want the bridge to fall into the body. But before we can remove the strings, we need to first remove the locking nuts. Be sure to put them in a place where you're not going to lose them. Okay, so now that we've got the locking nuts removed, it's time to loosen the strings at the tuners. Alright, now that we have the string loosened at the tuner, we're going to loosen the string lock insert to remove the string. I like to tighten the string lock insert back up so it doesn't fall out when I flip the guitar over. Now that the strings have been removed, we can start removing the pickups. You just need a screwdriver to loosen the height adjustment screws until the pickup will lift up out of the cavity. Alright, once the screws are loose enough to pull the pickup out of the cavity, we are going to take this cable and unplug it, and repeat the process for the next pickup. Now that the strings and the pickups have been removed, we're going to flip the guitar over and take off the cavity plate. And once your soldering iron is warmed up, you will need to wipe off and remove any solder residue from previous solder jobs. And after that, we will use some solder to tin the tip of the iron. Now that we have tinned the soldering iron, we're going to tin the contacts on the potentiometer that we will be soldering to. A thing to note is that we're only installing the new potentiometer for the push-pull function that enables the pickups to switch between two voicings. Otherwise, if you're going from active pickups to active pickups, you can just plug in the pickup. This is what the pot should look like after you have soldered some of the contacts to ground. I have clipped some wire from the capacitors that came with the pickups and have soldered them to the casing of the pot. Please note that you can also use some wire from the wiring harness that comes with the pickups. With the pot tinned and grounded, it's time to flip the guitar over and start installing the wiring harness. The reason we are installing the new wiring harness is so we can switch between the two voice settings of the pickups, much like the reason why we're using the new potentiometer. As you can see, we just need to insert the wiring harness into a hole in the pickup cavity. It should come out of the back of the guitar near the cavity plate. Repeat for both pickups. Once you have inserted the new wiring harness, you need to remove the nut on the old potentiometer and push it through the body. Now let's flip the guitar over so that we can begin removing the old potentiometer. I like to do this one wire at a time so that I know where it goes on the new pot. Keep in mind that potentiometers are sensitive to heat from the soldering iron or shock, so be sure not to drop it. Damn it. Alright, so now we're going to take that wire and we're going to solder it to the same spot on this new pot as it was on the old one, and then we're going to repeat the process for all the other wires, being sure to check with our wiring diagram for reference. Now, with the new potentiometer installed, we can now tighten the nut down and then begin to install the knob. Okay, so now we're going to connect the pickups to the wiring harness. Make sure that whenever you do this, the black arrow on the wiring harness is visible to you, otherwise no sound will come out of the guitar. After you're done with the bridge pickup, just repeat the process for the neck pickup. After you're done, this is what the body cavity should look like. And this is what the guitar looks like after the pickups have been installed. So now that we have installed the pickups, I'm going to show you how to test it. Okay, so now we're going to take the guitar and plug it up to an amp and a speaker. Then we're going to slowly tap on the pickup with the screwdriver as we turn the volume knob up. Okay, so now that we know that that works, we can use the pickup selector switch to select the neck pickup and repeat the process. Ideally, you would want to do this before you put the strings on, because the last thing that you would want to do is put the strings on and then the guitar make no sound and you realize that you did something wrong.
Alright, there we go. Now you know how to put pickups in your own guitar. So what pickups are you going to be putting in your guitar next? Please let us know down in the comments. And if you have any questions about this video or just anything about audio in general, please throw that down in the comments as well, and we'll do our best to answer those questions. Who knows, maybe one of your questions will be the basis for a future video.
If this video was helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification icon so that you don't miss the next video. Also, be sure to follow us on our Facebook and Instagram, and those links will be in the description.
Thank you very, very much for watching, and we will see you next time.